Minister Narendra Modi announced the India-US trade deal, the opposition and the government critics have now been asking these questions. What is in this deal? What is in the fine print? Has India compromised on its core interest, or has India given away everything? Now, the government has put the key details of this framework of an interim agreement between India and the US on the trade deal. This is a framework for an interim agreement. It is not a final or an irreversible treaty. Now, India has negotiated from a position of confidence. In the statement welcoming the agreement, Prime Minister Modi says that India and the US have agreed on a framework for an interim trade pact, where he has thanked President Trump for his personal commitment to strengthening ties between the two countries. Prime Minister Modi has described the framework as a reflection of the depth, trust and dynamism of India-US partnership. He has also added that this framework will strengthen Make in India by opening opportunities for farmers, entrepreneurs, MSMEs, startup innovators and fishermen, while generating large-scale employment for women and youth. Now, as far as Union Minister is now concerned, Piyush Goyal, let's break that update for our viewers. He has now asserted that the interests of the farmers remain paramount in all trade negotiations, and the government is fully committed when it comes to protecting our anndatas and also securing rural livelihood. The minister has now added that no concessions have been extended to sensitive agricultural produce in grains, in fruits and vegetables, in spices, oilseeds, dairy, poultry and meat, among many others, while securing a preferential access for Indian goods through India-US interim agreement, the framework that has now been put out. So in the meantime, let's put out the details, what we are looking at. The minister there himself saying that under this leadership of the Prime Minister, we are looking, apart from this framework and the reciprocal tariffs of 18% that will go down, and the tariffs will now go down to zero, as far as at the same time the agreement also reflects on India's commitment that we are looking at. Piyush Goyal says that Bharat-America ka vyapar समझौते में डेयरी, फल, सब्जियां, मसाले और अन्य अनाजों को संरक्षित किया गया है, और इससे घरेलू किसानों का हित सुरक्षित होगा। स्थानीय कृषि से इतने बड़े बाजार में प्रेफरेंशियल एक्सेस से मजबूती उनको मिलेगी, और आत्मनिर्भर भारत की दिशा में एक और सशक्त कदम और आगे बढ़ेगा। किसान सुरक्षित, देश विकसित. So this seems to be the statement that is now coming from the minister himself. Let's, in the meantime, also open this up. Srinjoy Nyamika is with us, and so are our guests joining us here on the panel. Good morning to all of you. Srinjoy, a basic understanding as what we are looking at. What does this deal entail? Because it seems that the fine print is out, but this is only an interim agreement that has now been agreed between the two sides.
Yes, it is an interim agreement. That's fine. But what it means is the Indo-US relationship is actually finally, after about 6-7 months of difficulty, back on an even keel. Now, that's actually, while this trade deal is very important, there's no dispute on that, this is even a bigger thing. The trade deal is actually a subset, in some ways, of this larger relationship. Now, you have seen the problems that happened as a result of many statements that happened over a period of time. That India was buying Russian oil, India faced 50% tariff, India had other problems. President Trump, who was supposed to come last year as part of the Quad Summit, that didn't happen. A lot of things did not happen. And the Indo-US relationship, which was supposed to be a cornerstone as far as Indian foreign policy was concerned, was stuck. And there was no forward movement. In fact, for a year, almost a year, India didn't even have a US ambassador in Delhi. But now, this appears to be a beginning.
Yes.
This appears...
But on this contentious issue that the opposition has been raising, Nyamika, if I can come across to you, Mr. Sardana and Akashdeep Muni also are joining us here on the broadcast. Nyamika, here is the minister saying that India has fully protected sensitive agricultural and dairy products. What is the question that the opposition is raising?
Well, let us go across to the Lok Sabha MP of the Congress party, Mr. Sukhdev Bhagat, with us, because we have seen seen that how the opposition is continuously questioning this entire move which is being taken by our government. And to talk about this matter more, we have been joined by Mr. Sukhdev Bhagat. Sir, किस बात पर आप लोग ऑब्जेक्शन रेज कर रहे हैं? आज ये जो ट्रेड डील है उसकी सारी डिटेल्स भी सामने आ गई हैं और साफ तौर पे जो मिनिस्टर है पीयूष गोयल, उनकी तरफ से कहा गया है कि किसानों का जो हित है वो सुरक्षित रखा गया है। इस पर आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर?
मैं समझता हूँ ये कोई ट्रेड डील नहीं है। ट्रंप के कहने पे मोदी जी ने भारतीय बाजार में ढील दी है अमेरिका के। और ये मैं कह सकता हूं कि जिस प्रकार यहाँ पे अमूमन आप देखें कि किसानों की स्थिति क्या है, करीब 2.5 एकड़ लैंड होल्डिंग उनका है और इतने अगर इंपोर्ट उनके सामानों का इतना इंपोर्ट यहाँ किया जाएगा मैं समझ तो कैसे किसान कैसे compete कर देंगे? यहाँ पर मेक इन इंडिया की बात यहाँ पर कर रहे हैं, लेकिन एमएसएमई सेक्टर पे 11 करोड़ लोग हमारे इन्वॉल्व हो, कैसे उनके साथ compete कर पाएंगे? और दूसरी बात कि ये सरकार तो उनके सामने सरेंडर कर चुकी है। नरेंद्र सरेंडर की बात इसलिए हम लोग लगातार कर रहे हैं कि आप रूस से तेल नहीं खरीदोगे, आप ईरान से तेल नहीं खरीदोगे, आप वेनेजुएला से तेल खरीदोगे। अमेरिका ने अपने हितों को ऊपर रखा, भारत ने अपने हितों को छोड़ के वो ट्रंप क्या चाहते हैं वो डिक्टेट करे, स्क्रिप्ट वो लिख रहे हैं, मोदी जी हामी भर रहे हैं। चलते सत्र में ना नीतिगत यहां पर कोई बातें आई, ना फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर, ना कॉमर्शियल मिनिस्टर, ना एग्रीकल्चर मिनिस्टर, एक टेलीफोनिक टॉक से सारी बातें आ जाती है। दूसरी बात, एक बात हमें बता दे, 15% था, अब 18% में आप ले गए, 50 से 25, 25 से 18 में आ गए, तो जस्ट बनाने की बातें कहां से आ रही है? ये उसके बाद 6 टाइम आपका ज्यादा है। एक बड़ी बात मैं जरूर कहना चाहूंगा, ये करीब 190 करोड़ के हमारे अरब डॉलर के हमारे उससे व्यापारिक एक ट्रांजैक्शन था, हम कह सकते हैं। हमारी स्थिति आज के दिन में क्या है? और अभी जो टैरिफ जो लगा था उसमें हमारा 37% तक हमारा निर्यात में गिरावट आया है। इन चीजों को सरकार क्यों नहीं देख रही है? और ये हम कहना चाहेंगे यहाँ के किसानों के साथ धोखा है, इसलिए हमने कहा डील नहीं है, ये पूरी भारत के बाजार को उन्होंने पूरे ढील दे दिया है अमेरिका के लिए।
लेकिन सर, सरकार की तरफ से ये भी कहा गया है कि ये जो डील है ये इंटरिम है और नेगोशिएशंस अभी इसका मतलब कि कंटिन्यू होने वाले हैं इंडिया और यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स के बीच में। और खास तौर पे डेयरी प्रोडक्ट्स और किसानों की अगर बात करें, एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर की बात करें, तो ये बोला जा रहा है कि उनका जो उनके जो हित है उनको सुरक्षित रखा गया।
Continue having that conversation because more questions that need to be asked on your opposition points on the questions that they have been raising. Well, they still have the chance to raise those questions in the parliament before the government if they allow the house to function in the first place. Mr. Sadana, what is your understanding as far as the Union Minister Piyush Goyal, who has been closely involved in the negotiations, he's described this agreement to be a landmark one, where it will open a $30 trillion market for Indian exporters. Particularly, do you believe that also benefits the MSMEs, the farmers, the fishermen, and the surge in exports that is expected to generate lakhs of new employment opportunities?
Good morning, first of all, to all of you and the viewers. See, I'm reading the statement which is issued by White House, because they will also convey what they have in their mind. What is important here is, if you look into the most controversial subject today, is agriculture. Now, in agriculture, the product which US is mentioning is DDGS, red sorghum, tree nuts, fresh fruits and vegetables, fresh and processed fruits, soybean oil, wine and spirit, and additional products. Now, additional product is a gray area which we will wait for the detailed aspects. But remaining of the products are not directly impacting any of the crop from India. And in fact, edible oil, we are anyway importing 60 to 65%. Tree nuts, we are already importing about 60 to 70%. Fresh and processed fruits will come, which are of temperate climate, which are not produced in India because they don't produce mangoes, they don't produce the crops which we do because of weather factors. So wine and spirit, again, it is a high-end product. We don't have a big market here at all. So what I'm trying to say is that in a big manufacturing base in India. So what my way of looking at is, so far what is appearing on the text, Government of India has definitely protected what is there. But one area which is of concern is what Government of America is saying, India has to reduce non-tariff barrier. Are we going to compromise on food safety? Are we going to compromise on traceability? Are we going to compromise on consumer labeling requirement? These are important aspects because in US, let's be very clear, there are large number of unethical, unsatisfactory practices operate in food industry.
Okay.
They use a lot of chemicals. they don't have a hygienic practices. So what they do, they create a product, they make the product, then they have a dipping in chlorine solution just to give a microbiological, passes through the test. So there are a lot of unethical practices do happen in American food industry. So we should not deliberately reduce just because Trump is saying it may compromise India's public health. So we have to strengthen our food safety inspections at
Well, I'm
ports.
sure that the government has taken cognizance of that, because despite global trade headwinds, we are looking at two of the major economies that are actually willing to meet in the middle. And as far as the opposition is concerned, Mr. Akashdeep Muni would also be speaking on that. But let's put out what the Congress party is now saying. Congress MP Jairam Ramesh has now again criticized the India-US joint statement, saying that it raises serious concerns for India's trade and farmers. He claims that the deal will end India's oil imports from Russia, slash import duties to benefit the US farmers. Let's immediately listen to him. What is he saying?
कहाँ लाल आंख और कहाँ लाल कारपेट। तो ये 56 इंच की छाती छोटी हो गई है और उससे घबराए हुए हैं, सवाल उठाए जा रहे हैं। इसका माने क्या है? जो उचित समझे वो कार्रवाई करे। आप देश के प्रधानमंत्री हैं, आपको निर्णय लेना है।
तो आप लोगों का जो है जो सोमवार से सदन
नहीं, हम सवाल उठाएंगे, हम चर्चा चाहते हैं, बहस चाहते हैं। प्रधानमंत्री तो कुछ हमारे सवाल का जवाब नहीं देते हैं। राज्यसभा में आकर एक इलेक्शन 97 मिनट का भाषण, उन्होंने चुनावी भाषण दिया, पंडित जी का अपमान किया, इंदिरा जी का बदनाम किया, कांग्रेस को बदनाम, सिर्फ कांग्रेस को निशाना बनाया गया और कोई बात तो नहीं की उन्होंने। कांग्रेस कांग्रेस कांग्रेस, नेहरू नेहरू नेहरू, यही तो बोलते हैं प्रधानमंत्री हमेशा। अरे सवाल उठाए जा रहे हैं अभी आज के मुद्दों पर। आप 70 साल पहले क्या पंडित जी ने कहा, क्या कहा, उस पर आप जाना चाहते हो? तो जो गंभीर सवाल नेता प्रतिपक्ष।
तो आकाशदीप मुनि जी, इफ यू हैव सो मेनी क्वेश्चंस, इतने सवाल है तो क्लॉज बाय क्लॉज डिबेट करिए ना पार्लियामेंट में ऑन दिस इंटरिम ट्रेड अग्रीमेंट, बिकॉज द ऑपोजिशन हैज बीन सेइंग दैट द टर्म्स रेजेस सीरियस क्वेश्चंस अबाउट इंडियाज इकोनॉमिक और इंटरेस्ट. You as the opposition have the full right to question the government. I'm sorry, Mr. Muni, I believe you're on mute. If you can unmute yourself, we can hear you.
I think the Honorable Prime Minister has left the country and gone abroad. It's unfortunate that in this circumstances he has gone abroad. He should answer the questions of opposition. This surrender deal says that India will be purchasing at least $500 billion in US agriculture products, resulting in flooding Indian markets with cheap, subsidized US imports. Like soybean farmers in Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra, who produce 90% of India's 12 million tons annually, face direct competition from US soybeans, which is subsidized at $4 to $5 billion yearly by the US Farm Bill. There is no competition, ladies and gentlemen. Indian farmers will lose. Punjab cotton farmers already reeling under 2023 25% price crash due to US competition could see imports double under expanded quotas, leading to 30% income erosion. Remember what Brooke Rollins, US Secretary for Agriculture Affairs, said.
No, but what were the problem areas, Mr. Muni? What were the problem areas? Sensitive agricultural and dairy products. You know, Srinjoy, that has now been clarified. Maize, wheat, rice, soya, poultry, milk, cheese, even certain vegetables and meat, as to no duty concessions have been granted to the US on these goods under this interim trade agreement.
Where is the quotation of Indian Agriculture Minister? Where is Shivraj Singh Chauhan?
Raise the question, sir. You have the right in the parliament, sir.
Where he is?
Stop disrupting and let the house function. You have time and you have this opportunity. Srinjoy.
Minister.
Yes. See, the important thing is there is agricultural openness, but it's peripheral. We are looking at soybean oil, for instance. We are looking at wines and spirits. Now, this is California wine that will come in. Now, how many people? We have 1.4 billion people in this country. How many people drink California wine, which will be cheaper? How many people drink American whiskey, which will be cheaper? Now, that's a small percentage. And for them, this will be cheaper as opposed to other things. Now, the whole point is, what is the prime area? Agricultural areas, rice, wheat, corn, all of that, basically vegetables, all of that, meat, dairy products, they are protected. The Indian farmer is protected because anyone who opens the agricultural market risks losing the entire agricultural vote. No political party will actually do it, and nor has this government.
All right.
Because 60% of India still live in the villages. So the idea of saying, okay, we want American wheat, come right in, that's not happened. At least from what we have read, it's not there.
Well, the
I mean,
fine
there
print
is
of the
talk of
interim
additional
trade agreement is
But
concerned, as far as the
additional products
opposition's
will-
point of view is concerned, they have been saying and claiming that the deal will end India's oil imports from Russia. It will slash import duties to benefit US farmers. It will triple India's imports from the US, and that hence will create uncertainty as far as the IT and the service exports is concerned, and also impose higher duty on Indian goods. And they have been, however, describing it as it is a win-win situation more for the US than for India. Srinjoy, thank you very much for joining in. As a guest, continue to be with us. More opposition reactions coming in. Let's play them out.
नरेंद्र मोदी ने हस्ताक्षर कर दिया है इस देश के करोड़ों किसानों की बर्बादी का हस्ताक्षर उन्होंने अमेरिका के साथ कर दिया है। किस दबाव में किया मोदी जी आपने? देश को बताइए। सदन में झूठ क्यों बोला? देश को बताइए। आपने हिंदुस्तान के किसानों को अमेरिका के बाजार में ले जाकर बेच दिया इसलिए कि आपके दोस्त अडानी को सम्मान मिल गया, वो हजारों करोड़ के भ्रष्टाचार में अमेरिका में फंस गया। आपने देश के स्वाभिमान और सम्मान को गिरवी रख दिया इसलिए कि आपका नाम एप्स्टीन फाइल में आ गया। आपने हिंदुस्तान के लिए तेल का बाजार अमेरिका के लिए खोल दिया, हिंदुस्तान का बाजार, जिससे करीब करीब हिंदुस्तान के नागरिकों को 80,000 करोड़ रुपए का घाटा हर साल भुगतना पड़ेगा, महंगा तेल खरीदना पड़ेगा।
Well, Mr. Sardana, is that a concern under the framework that the Indian farmers, according to the opposition, will not be able to compete with the quality and the price of US products because they have been arguing that parts of the deal could disadvantage domestic agriculture?
See, first of all, the products which are listed in the document which is available with us, I'm not speculating. There is no threat to Indian agriculture, number one. The products which are likely to come to India, we are anyway already importing. As I mentioned, 65 to 70% edible oil we are already importing. Our 65 to 70% dry fruits we are anyway importing. Wines and whiskies we don't make in India. We anyway import most of them. Our whiskies are not even as per technically, they are not even whiskies, they are rum category as per the international food laws. So what we have to look at is there is no direct threat to farmers.
Okay.
Only the issue is that when products are coming from America, we should not compromise on food safety and food quality. That is one important aspect we have to be very, very clear. Because there's a lot of junk which can come into India, and the Food Safety Authority in India is one of the most compromised organizations. That's why we get a whole lot of adulterated product in this country.
All right. So that is the concern that you seems to be raising because as far as India-US trade deal, because it overall seems to be marking a reset over months of uncertainty that has been seen, and especially over trade dives, cutting Trump tariffs to 18% and setting the stage for a sweeping bilateral trade agreement amid the geopolitical recalibrations. And one individual who seems to have played a role of a catalyst is the US ambassador to India, Sergio Gore. Over as far as the statement that has now been issued by the White House, this is Sergio Gore, Ambassador Sergio Gore's statement that has now come across, where he says that this is a new day. All credit to President Trump and Prime Minister Modi for their leadership and vision in achieving this. So this seems to be, as far as when it comes to the landmark and significant improvement that we are looking at. Of course, phone conversation that happened also between the two leaders, and they have now been describing this agreement as a landmark deal, saying that it will now open up a $30 trillion market for Indian exporters, particularly that benefits the MSMEs, the farmers and the fishermen. Mr. Akashdeep Muni, now as far as leaving politics aside, the main issues that you now seems to be raising, how do you believe and what do you believe that parts of the deal can actually disadvantage when it comes to our farmers and our agricultural sector?
See, I gave you data regarding soybean, and soybean oil is in the key excerpt from the official joint statement between India and US. I showed, and this is what Sanyukt Kisan Morcha leader Rakesh Tikkat is saying, that this will be flooding Indian market with subsidized US soybean and GM crops, devastating our peasantry, just like the 2020 laws. Remember, I again reaffirm that soybean is in the deal, and this will ensure that cheap subsidized US soybean affecting Indian farmers in Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra, who produce 90% of India's 12 million tons annually, face direct competition from US soybeans, which is subsidized at $4 to $5 billion yearly by the US Farm Bill. There is no competition, ladies and gentlemen. The people who are telling you that India will not be affected, they are fooling you. Because they are, I don't know why they are doing this. But they should stop doing this. लिखा है वहां पे सोयाबीन, और इंडिया का सोयाबीन मार्केट अफेक्ट होगा, फिर भी आप बोल रहे हो कि नहीं अफेक्ट नहीं होगा. Brooke Rollins spoke, the US Agriculture Affairs Minister. Where is the Indian Agriculture Affairs Minister? Why he is keeping quiet, and why the media is not pushing a mic on his face? And why other journalists are not doing this? Where is the bite of Indian Agriculture Minister? He is keeping quiet because he knows nothing. उनको पता ही नहीं कि क्या चल रहा है.
One concern over soya that you are now raising as far as the oil is now concerned, because the question that you have been raising, Mr. Sardana, as far as the opposition and their push is now concerned, because they continuously maintain that Indian interests are being compromised. But do you believe that it also indicates that India has now also agreed a significant market access, and the statement says that India will eliminate or reduce tariffs on all US industrial goods, and wide range of US food and agricultural produce will now be available?
I think they have not read the facts. They don't even, as far as Rakesh Tikkat is concerned, उसने तो तीनों किसान कानून आज तक नहीं पढ़े. So forget about Tikkat. I know him very well. My only problem is that thankfully opposition should read what is given there. It says soya bean oil. It is not talking soya bean. There is a difference. Please read carefully. Don't mislead the nation without reading the facts. And soya bean oil today also we are importing. Our 70% consumption which you do at home, please check the facts. We don't produce oil in this country. Our soybean oil is hardly 15% what we produce in this country. 10 million tons is what you are talking. Yield is 17%. So you are talking 1.7 million ton of domestic production, and India's total consumption is 17 million. So please look into the facts instead of misleading the country. So we don't understand the facts. We are talking of Rakesh Tikkat, who never reads, who cannot read English, and he is telling what the government is talking about. So we have to appreciate the facts what is given here. Okay. As far as soya bean is concerned, it is a GM soya bean. Indian laws do not permit. So without changing the law, you cannot import GM soya, GM corn, which is food products, which is exempted from this contract, is the agreement which is coming to in front of us right now. I am saying the only issue in this is that even soybean oil which is coming, or fruits and vegetables which are coming.
So again, for the benefits of our viewers and the concerns that you have been raising, and so is the opposition, Mr. Muni, I will read out. It says that India will eliminate or reduce tariffs on all US industrial goods and a wide range of US food and agricultural products, including dried distillers, grains, the DDGs, red sorghum for animal feed, tree nuts, fresh and also processed fruit, soybean oil, wine and spirits and additional products. That now seems to have been included in this statement. Thank you very much, both of you, Mr. Sardana and Mr. Muni, for joining us here on the broadcast. Well, of course, the opposition has been raising concerns under the framework that the Indian farmers, they believe, will not be able to compete with the quality and the price of the US products, and have been arguing that parts of the deal could actually disadvantage our agricultural sector, which, however, has now been dismissed and by the government, because the Congress continues to attack the government, saying that the India-US trade deal is a direct assault on India's farmers. We'll be getting you more expert point of view, and of course, what does the statement say? Back after a short break.